Do you think about me?
I got the homie from Queens. Yeah,
Definitely.
Queens.
Big homie.
Yeah, the big homie.
Twisted.
I know. Come on, man. I know what it is. Yo, you want to introduce?
Of course. We got none other than the person who just did that hit. We just had banging right
many
now.
hits.
Many
Many hits, but that one in
list is
particular,
too
that's
long.
my
Save
new little
careers.
song.
16 years long, man, and better. Come on,
Yes.
man.
Let's
Can
give
I
it
do
up.
the introduction?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Rock
Got
Wallet.
these hits
All
on the
time,
table.
man.
Beautiful career, man.
D, how did that Do You Think About Me came out?
That's Queens. That's
straight Queens right there.
That's Queens. 50, when 50 reaches out to me, it's strictly Queens. It's just because I did the Like My Style with Tony Yayo on
word?
the first album. You know what I'm saying? And he called me out there like out of the blue for that one, and it was the same for this one. Him and Shy got in touch with me, and me and Shy is like on like this. You know what I'm
Ain't
saying?
y'all from the same hood? Same
Yeah,
area?
Shy Money, from the same hood. You know what I'm saying? Taking our daughters to the same school and everything.
Looking back, did you ever think like this is what it
Nah,
would be?
never. I just always knew when I was a little kid that I wanted to be a part of what was in the crate. You know, and you know, and you know, people was in my life and they put me in a good position. Big shout to Red, big shout to, you know, Teddy Riley, Shake, Lil Shake from Queens. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, and big shout to Luce because I was running around with them with Guy and all of that. And
Wow.
everything, you know.
Wow, that is.
I just had pause tapes, you know what I'm saying? And Damian Hall, big shout to him. You know, he looked out. And this is like going back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's
We
like
need
God.
the
You know,
history.
they was trying to get me on the MPC, and I got on the MPC, and I was like, this gotta make the money. You know what I'm saying? Like I love music. So I've been like that ever since I was 5 years old, pulling back records and being able to pull a record back on the groove and put it right on the groove.
Yeah.
Being that we on that topic, with the DJs, now they got the Serato, and back in the days where they had the vinyl, and now with the producers, before it was just, I mean, it's still an MPC, but now you got like the Fruity Loop programs and all the reasons. Like, what's your take on producers coming up on a digital scale?
It's technology, man.
Yeah.
Just the same way you look at the iPhone. You never thought all those features would be there.
Come up, the Rockwilder. Take us back to that.
That
when you
was
making that beat.
The Rockwilder was actually me being mad at Redman.
Get out of here.
Word.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something too, cause
Mad at him for what though?
Because when the Method Man and Redman album was first being started, it was originally supposed to be with RZA and E. They were supposed to do the whole album. And then Scratch had snuck up on there with one. And I was trying so hard to
get
get
a
on this
joint on
album. Yo, it was like, it was where like I really was just like, yo, son, I gotta get on this album. So I did a track called Sucker MCs where I used the clap, everything, and the kick, and I killed it. I know I killed it. I was listening to it like all day. And I called Red up, and Red was uptown at Branson, and I said, yo, son, I got one. So he said, all right, come play it for me. So I went uptown, and I had the track, and I'm playing it for him. And he in the back, he rolling up his weed, and I'm just bopping my head. You know when you're trying to sell it? You're trying to sell it. Selling it. I'm just like looking at him like,
Right.
The look.
Did you give him that look like?
Yeah, the look. You know the look. And he looking at me, and he's just rolling his weed, and he like this. And I'm looking at him, and I'm like, this dude is not feeling this. So he was just like, all right, okay. And I'm like, dude, Suck MCs, you started off with Run's part.
Yeah.
That ends it with DMC's part. Blackout album, like, you know, I'm trying to put it all together.
Concepts.
He was
Send you
like,
a
yo,
picture.
he said, I don't know. He said, this what killed me. He said, Rock, you just can't expect me to rap over everything. Yo, for real, my heart fell in my sneaker, man.
What you think about the Moulin Rouge, like when you did that beat?
I
I know you was on top of the world because that's when you jumped on the stage with them and they was all
That
around
was
you.
Twin making me jump on that stage. Big shout out to Twins. They was the reason why I jumped on that stage. I was too scared to jump on the stage too, and he pulled me up there. So big shout out to Ray for pulling me up there on that stage.
Oh, shout out to him.
But that was something, I'm telling you, God just put it together for me on that one.
Yeah.
Because I was sitting there with my former manager Ellis, and I was like, yo, son, we need our own label. And he was like, all right, if you win a Grammy, we could get our label. And it was like days later, Missy called me in the room, and Missy was just like, listen, Rock, there's this track they want me to do for Interscope, and Timbaland don't want to do it, Dre don't want to do it, so what's up? And it was like, I said, what do you want me to do? He said, I want you to do the Patti LaBelle, Lady Marmalade song. I hate that song. My mom's played it so much when I was little, and I hated tracks that had minor chords in it. I used to hate that. I used to always love the happy Stevie Wonder major chords, you know what I'm saying? Word. So I was like, all right, but then like Jimmy Iovine came in and sat me down with the guy Baz that actually did the movie. Yeah. And I was thinking to myself, okay, this is gonna be really.
You was thinking like, no, you was thinking like, that's a check.
Yeah.
A massive check.
It wasn't. You know what? It wasn't even the check part. It was the part that, yo, could I really do this?
And it could probably take you to the next level. I'm sure you were thinking about that.
I didn't even know it was gonna take me to the next level. It was just something like, you know, a lot of people were coming at me with like movie songs that they needed tracks for. Like Baby Boy had came to me with stuff and everything. So I thought it was just another one of those things. So I saw then Missy was in the room, and then Maya came in the room, and then Christina came in the room, and then Pink came in the room, and then Kim came in the room. Then Ron Fair, big shout out to Ron Fair, he came in and started adding like. There's like so many musicians on that track, like the guitarist from Earth, Wind and Fire played on that track. Wow. And I was beside him like a groupie. Like, when I saw him come in the room, I was just like, I lost it. Yeah, and it came together, and the whole Grammy thing came about, and
you got a story on Do It Again? That
was Do It Again was
you
just
mad at
me.
Jay?
Nah, I wasn't mad at Jay. I was trying to impress him, because when I went in the studio to play tracks for him, you know, it was hard. Like producers were coming in playing tracks, and Dame was laughing at him and everything. Like, them niggas is whack, get them out of here. So when they was like, yo, could you bring me some joints? And he had just took the track For My Thugs on the Flex album. Yeah. So he was like, yo, he said, could you bring me some more? I said, yeah. And one of the things I knew that I was like, all right, a lot of people gonna be making tracks for this dude. I said, all right, everybody is gonna make a 4-bar beat. This is just me thinking, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like every beat is like a science project. You just gotta put it together for the artist, you know? And I said, I'm gonna do a 3-bar beat. So if you listen to Do It Again, it's really 3 bars. Yeah. Yeah. And then it's a 4-bar on the last 4. If you really count the bars, it's weird. So it's like, I knew the 4th bar was missing, so I knew anybody who was gonna catch the song was gonna be looking for that 4th bar. And when it went to the 1st bar, I was gonna fuck everybody up. Exactly. So I played it for Jay, and Jay and them was in the room, and Jay's looking. And I'm like, all right, 4th bars. And I gotta come. I'm looking at him. I'm like, 4th bar. And then when it went right to the front, he tried to lock it, but then he was like, hold on.
What happened to that?
I'm like, track is sold. Yeah. Track is sold.
Got him.
You know what I'm saying? Got him. But you know, big shout out to Q-Tip. He told me about the 3-bar beats. And I'm gonna tell you a crazy story with that too, because when I did front to back, I stole the switches from Dre's 2001 at the beginning. Wow. So when I went to LA to lay the track, Dre came in the room and he just looked at me. And he said, are those switches from my track? I said, yeah. He said, what made you think to use the switches? He said, you didn't use them right. He said, because the bounces don't bounce like that. He said, but that's besides the point. He said, what made you do that? And I said, Dre, I thought I was late, because I'm thinking if it was already on your album, I was damn near waiting for a track from you to have those switches going crazy, like bumping. And he was just looking at me. He said, yo, son, how did you use my switches? Like, that's something I was supposed to think about. And he just kept leaving the room, and then he'll just come in the room and look at me from the other side of the room. And he'd just be like, and he's walking out the room yelling, like, how the fuck did he use the switches from my album? And I'm over here like, yo, but I'm not late? He said, dog, nobody's used the switches from the album for a track. So,
and yo, man, thank you for coming out. You know, you're a legend. You know what it is, man.